All right, so let's talk about something I know is on a lot of your minds. You're trying to get your career off the ground, and you keep hearing about how you need real-world experience. But what does that even mean when so much of the world has gone remote? Today, we're going to dig into a really interesting answer to that question, the virtual internship. And we'll use AperioHub's program as our guide to see how it works. And this is the big question, right? It's the one everyone's asking. The whole landscape of work has shifted under our feet. But has that path to getting your first big break, has that changed with it? Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at a strange paradox in the job market today. Then we'll explore what this new kind of internship is all about. After that, we'll take a peek inside the digital workplace, see why it's so much more than just being online, and finally, wrap up with how this all builds a real foundation for your career. Okay, section 1. Let's start with the fundamental problem here. It's something you've probably felt, even if you couldn't put your finger on it. We live in a world where remote work is, it's a thing now. It's normal. But for some reason, that flexibility often disappears when it comes to opportunities for people just starting out. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. It's this weird split. On one side, you've got established professionals and entire companies that have completely mastered working remotely across the globe. But then, on the other side, the traditional doors into a career, internships, entry-level roles, they're still often locked behind the need to be physically in an office. And this creates some serious roadblocks. I mean, think about it. The best opportunities might be in a different city or even a different country. That forces you into an impossible choice between gaining great experience and dealing with insane relocation costs. The old traditional programs just haven't caught up, and it ends up locking out so many talented people who just can't pack up and move their entire life. So, okay, if that's the gap, how do you bridge it? Well, you have to get creative. You have to find a way to bottle up all the important dynamics of a real company, the collaboration, the pressure, the deadlines, and replicate that in a digital-first world. Let's see how that's even possible. So what are we really talking about here? It's basically a super focused 4 to 6 week simulation of a corporate job. And the whole point isn't just to learn some theory from a video. It's about active hands-on experience. It's about feeling what it's actually like to be part of a global team, doing real work, all from your own computer. And this, right here, is the absolute key. It's the difference between just passively taking in information versus actively gaining experience. We're not talking about another online course where you watch a few videos and fill out a quiz. No, we're talking about rolling up your sleeves, doing the work, collaborating with a real team, hitting real deadlines, and creating something that is actually professional quality. So you're probably wondering, how does this digital workplace actually work? What does it look like? Let's pull back the curtain a little and see the actual technology that makes this kind of professional teamwork happen. And here's the cool part, the tools. These aren't some simplified educational versions of software. This is the exact same tech stack that modern companies use to run their businesses every single day. You're using Slack for instant messaging, Google Meet for your team meetings, and professional project trackers to manage your milestones. You're not just learning theory, you're learning the actual workflow of a modern professional. The entire experience is structured just like a real-world project. Week 1 is all about getting you onboarded and kicking off the project. Then you dive into the deep end for a couple weeks of intense work and analysis. Week 4 is all about refining everything, getting it polished to a professional standard. And it all leads up to a final presentation in the last 2 weeks. It's a sprint for sure, not a slow burn course. But let's be real. What makes this different from any other online program? What gives it the actual feel and weight of a genuine corporate experience? Well, it really comes down to a few key ingredients that make it feel, well, real. It all boils down to these 4 pillars. See, you're not just checking tasks off a list. You're being held to a higher standard. You have to learn how to communicate like a professional, how to manage expectations from stakeholders, how to develop the self-discipline that remote work demands, and ultimately, how to produce something that could actually be shown in a boardroom. Let's make this tangible. Imagine this is your project. You're tasked with developing a market entry strategy for a digital payment company that wants to expand into the GCC. That's the Gulf Cooperation Council. I mean, this isn't some made-up textbook problem. This is a complex, real-world business challenge that actual fintech companies are tackling right now. The work is complex and the stakes feel high. And developing a strategy isn't just some vague concept. It means you're getting your hands dirty with the real stuff. You're doing regulatory analysis, sizing up the market, building financial models. And the final thing you produce has to be a recommendation that's ready to go in front of an investment committee. Now that is a professional-grade work product. So how does this whole model really stack up against the traditional in-office internship? Well, the biggest differences are pretty clear. First, accessibility. You can do this from anywhere. And second, the quality of the work is guaranteed to be at a professional level. No making coffee or endless photocopying. And maybe the best part, you walk away with a portfolio you can actually show people, which is super rare when you're dealing with a company's confidential projects. And if we compare it to a standard online course, the difference is even more dramatic. It's all about team-based, collaborative work instead of you just learning by yourself. And the outcome isn't just a certificate, it's a portfolio and a professional recommendation. Put simply, you're shifting from just knowing about something to having actually done it. Okay, so you make it through this intense sprint. You've done the work. What do you actually have to show for it at the end? Let's talk about the real, tangible things you walk away with that can seriously help launch your career. You see, it's not just one thing, it's the whole package. You leave with an entire project portfolio, the presentation, the analysis, the financial models. You get a professional reference letter. You're now fluent in all the modern work tools. You've got a new network of peers and mentors. And maybe, just maybe, the most valuable thing of all is you get real clarity on your career path because you've actually tasted the work. And this right here, this is the ultimate payoff. Think about being in a job interview. Being able to say, I learned about this in a class is one thing. But being able to say, let me show you the market analysis I actually conducted, that's a complete game changer. It proves you have the capability, not just the knowledge. So let's end on this idea. What we've been talking about isn't just creating a substitute for a physical office. It's about training you for the way modern global companies already work. You're not just preparing for some distant future of work. You're getting hands-on experience in the world of work as it exists right now, today.